welcome to Bootcamp Day 7. It is officially the last day, but obviously the most important day because today I'm going to teach you step by step how to get paid. And so far, we've been through Bootcamp Day 1. This was the commitment day, inserting in your brain that there's no other option than just go all in. Then on the next day, we talked about niche. This is super important because, right now you probably know your niche because if you saw the video, you probably know it already. But you have to talk about the problem that you solved in your life or the skill set that you acquired in your life and you start teaching it to others. That way you're going to position yourself as the expert who knows what he's doing and you can get your students the same results. It's very important. Day 3, we talked about the audience trust. Building audience trust is one of the key pillars to making money, selling info, selling high tickets, because obviously if there's no audience trust, you got to make money, right? That's simple how it goes. And Bootcamp Day 4, I taught you what should you sell exactly. Without this, what's the point? How can you make money? Bootcamp Day 5, I showed you the profitable funnel, which was, what is a funnel? It's just a visual representation of turning the viewer into a buyer. Okay, goes down the funnel. First, it watches your videos, and then it goes down the funnel, and eventually it will buy from you. Super important. Okay, Day 6, the content system. What to post, how to post, and etc., so on and so forth, and how to post content that actually converts into buyers, converts the viewers into buyers. And today is the final day, the most important day, getting paid. Time to actually make money with this shit. And comment down below if you've been here since day 1. Okay, if you're just new here, welcome. Now it's time for the real deal. How to get paid. Firstly, removing your limiting beliefs allows you to get paid. So first of all, we have to remove the limiting beliefs that comes to when selling high ticket, etc. So I thought when I started selling high ticket, when I tried to sell high ticket, or when I was presented the fact that I should sell high tickets, I thought that no one would pay me thousands for coaching. These thoughts came in my mind. These were holding me back, these limiting beliefs. And you probably have this as well, or you will have this when you start selling high ticket. Nobody will pay me that much. Well, here's the fact, okay? Someone's already paying them a lot of money. Someone who is less qualified. They're paying some coach who is less qualified than you, and he's making a lot of money and not you, because you just have these limiting beliefs. The price is never the problem. The perceived value is the perceived value. If the buyer thinks that your coaching program is valuable, then he's going to buy it. If he thinks that he's going to get the transformation from that, then he's going to buy it. And also you may think that you don't have enough proof yet. Maybe your fitness physique isn't good enough. Maybe this and that. Listen, your client doesn't buy proof. They buy belief in you and your system. The proof comes literally after the first client, okay? If you don't have the proof of other clients yet, then you need the first client, okay? And also you may think that high ticket feels greedy. You're charging a lot of money, $5,000, $7,000, $2,000, and you think that, it's too expensive. Well, listen, here's a fact. You charging that 2.5K or 5K and genuinely transforming someone's life is more ethical than charging low ticket for a PDF they never read or a course they never watch. The price just reflects commitment. Low price equals low commitment from the buyer. And usually those people who join the mini course or a cheap PDF, they are not going to get results. Let's be honest. They're most likely not going to get results because they just paid you low amounts of money. They're going to put in low effort. But if you sell high ticket, they just paid you a lot of money. They will join the calls. They will actually take it seriously. They want to transform their life. They paid you a lot of money. That equals high commitment. That mindset kept me stuck at 1.5K to 2K per month because I just kept selling low ticket and I thought that no one would buy my high ticket mentorship. So you see what this is going? Sometimes you just need to pause for a moment and understand that it's your own mind that is holding you back, not the system. The system works, but it's your own mind that keeps you from achieving things. Okay, you can achieve what the fuck you want in this life, but it's your own mind that makes you think that you cannot achieve it. So sometimes you just need to shut your mind off and go all in. Obviously, be smart with it, but sometimes you just need to take the first step. Then I said, fuck it. And I got my first high ticket mentorship sale like over a year ago. And it was all profitable, by the way. That's just how it goes with info. When you're doing this organically, everything is profit, okay? First 2K day. And this one decision of going from low ticket to high ticket changed everything. I made my old monthly profit in a day. In a day, bro. It's crazy. And it just happens when you go from low ticket to high ticket. Now, listen, obviously you can make money with low ticket, especially if you're good at marketing or you're in a more broader market or you're not teaching about finances. You can still sell high ticket without being in the finance market, but still, you get the point. High ticket is just better. Selling high ticket is better. By the way, before the next step, I want you to understand that everything that I taught you across these 7 days is exactly what I help people implement personally inside my mentorship. So if you want to get my guidance every single day and you want to succeed fast and avoid the failures, then you can apply for the coaching down below, okay, in the description. But yeah, obviously first let me finish showing you how to get paid. So let's move on to the application process. This is crucial. So a mentorship / program application is necessary, okay, especially like when you're selling high ticket, you need an application. Why would you need an application? Because it literally filters out the people who are not serious, who don't have the money, etc., etc. And it makes your prospect qualify themselves before they even get on a call, okay? They literally can understand that, okay, maybe this mentorship, this program isn't for me in the application. And what question should you put in the application? Well, it's kind of simple, okay? You just put some few questions like their current situation, what they're trying to exactly build, be specific with it, okay? And what's stopping them from achieving their goals, and what is their budget range, and how serious are they, okay? Remember, don't just try to qualify everyone to make a lot of money, because you just end up having people in the call who don't have the money, who don't have this, who are not that, or who are not commitment, okay? And here's the psychology behind it. People just value stuff that is kind of hard to get, that they need to take steps to achieve it, to get it. An application makes the call feel like an opportunity. It is, because think about it, your business, this info business, is built around getting your student results, okay? That is how it goes. Because if you don't get the student results, then what's the point? That's why we need to qualify these people. We need to make sure that our clients are going to be eligible. They can implement the advice that we give them. They will show up to the calls. They will this and that, and they will achieve their goals. And then we get the testimonials. And if the prospect gets qualified, then the next step is to send them into a congratulations page where they can book a free call. And essentially, this is a sales call. You're going to turn them from a prospect to a buyer. That's the goal. And obviously make sure that they are qualified. And this is the last step to check if they are qualified. And if you want to get qualified for my coaching, then the link is in the description. And after they actually book the free call, now it's time for you or for your closer to join the call. You can choose. If you're in the beginning stage, you should join your sales calls. And also, I actually recommend you to join the sales calls sometimes at least, because it's good to know your future clients, okay? It's just honestly good to know them, okay? But remember this, in the sales calls, there might be, and usually will be, some people who don't have the money, or they are hesitant. They're gonna be like, what if this and that, what if this and that? Never ever lower the price for them, okay, for no reason, because you just want the money. You can offer them a payment plan or something else. Maybe they get only the one-on-one or only group coaching, but never lower the price just because you just want the money like this. Okay, yes, money is always good, but you cannot lower your standards. Remember that your program is priced for a reason, because if you always lower the price for no reason, it eventually becomes a habit, and then you end up getting no money, and your cash collected is gonna look very inconsistent, very inconsistent, and you cannot do the math afterwards. You cannot analyze it properly. And remember this, they were the ones who are trying to get qualified for the coaching, so don't lower the price, okay? They want it more than you. That's the mindset you should have, okay? That's the mindset you should have, and you need to have in this business especially, okay? And once you get paid, it's time to get the client results. Then obviously, naturally, rinse and repeat. Congratulations, you just spent 7 days learning the system. I'm honestly proud of you, because you clearly showed to me that you're serious about this. But here's one problem. Even though you learned a lot in these 7 days, You probably will try this and fail for the first year or two, because knowledge isn't the only thing that will get you there. Because you have to go through the journey alone and you have no one to guide you personally. Okay? Trust me, I've been there. I've fucking been there, okay? It was super hard. I didn't know what to do step by step. There was no one to guide me. And eventually I joined some programs, etc., etc. And that totally changed everything for me. But a small group will actually execute and transform their life within the next 30 to 90 days. Okay, they will get clients. They know what to do step by step. And if you're in that small group and you want me to personally help you every step of the way, okay, personally, then apply for Adriel's Inner Circle right now in the description. And if you want to have a bigger chance of getting applied, then write down that you watched the bootcamp, the entire bootcamp. That's how I know that you're actually serious about this and you're not gonna waste my time and your time. All right, so the link is in the description. Spots are obviously limited because I work closely with everybody inside. You made it to day 7. I'm proud of you. You already are different from 99% of the people. You actually want to succeed. Now, don't waste that, okay? You can achieve great, great things. And whatever you choose to do, never quit. This will obviously pay off, I promise, okay? But if you want to succeed fast, link is in the description. And just like that, you just watched the final episode of Bootcamp. Now it's your time to take action. Let's go.